Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back to Redbeard's Garage. We haven't done a Mini Bike Monday in quite a spell, and today Miss Redbeard's bike's getting built. We built this, we put it together. How long has the Windrock meetup been?
Almost a year.
So almost a year, and Aubrey Kate, our daughter, has actually been beating the field up with this thing. And then Big Gravy Bones got on it, tried to climb a big hill, and the belt just was like, I'm out. So it needs a torque converter belt, CVT belt. So Miss Redbeard picked out, she wants the 90s colors. Like, think of the intro to Saved by the Bell. That's what this bike's going to look like. So we're going to get a bunch of vinyl decals made, or we could get a pin strapped on. That'd be pretty dope. But anyways, this is the MB200 Trailmaster from Go Power Sports. We did a very few slight modifications. We did a Harley Peanut gas tank, which looks pretty sick on there. The gas has kind of spilled out over time and burnt the paint, but we'll be repainting pretty much everything. This is not a 212. Our pull start broke and we stole one off of a Tillotson, but this is the 196cc stock engine. Only thing we've done to it is air filter jet, and we built a custom header, and it does need a new performance muffler on it because we stole that too. We've used this as our part. We've been riding this a lot actually, or, you know, like I said, Aubrey Kate has. And the only other modification was Go Power Sports mini bike shocks. They sell two different sets of upgrade shocks for this, the chrome and the black. The black will give you even more lift and they're a little bit stiffer. We went with these for the lady that's riding it. Also need a new chain because this one's rusty. But make sure to check out the links in the video description because it has every single part we have put on this bike and are going to put on this bike. Look at these fancy parts from you boys at Go Power Sports. So the biggest thing I'm excited about. Ooh, la di da. So the biggest part I'm excited about, well, there's all of them I'm excited about, let's face it, but is this Juggernaut pulley. This is Go Power Sports' new 30 series pulley for built engine. So basically, if you don't have a governor and you have performance parts, this is the pulley you're going to want to run because this will let you go all the way up to 6,500 RPMs, where the stock pulley, in comparison, is just, oh, baby, it only lets you go like 4,500 RPM. So you're going to get more, 2,000 RPMs more out of this pulley and be able to rip it up in long straightaways.
For our power plant, we're going to be going with the Tillotson 225. With a 72mm bore and a 55mm crank, this engine's built to go. A 265 lift cam powers this hoss with a billet rod with billet flywheel, forged lightweight racing piston, and a Tillotson race head with large ports. 26-pound valve springs keep the air pumping. To spit fuel in this hoss, we're going to be going with a 24mm Makuni, compliments of GoPowersports.com.
So now that we've went through the parts, we are going to tear down this bike. It's pretty simple. All we're going to do is take off these rear pegs because I don't think we'll ever use these things. Put those in our parts hoard and pull the engine off. Should be a pretty quick little flip-flop.
3 hours later.
Oh boy, that belt was gone. Look at that. There's nothing left of it. So Braxton rode this quite a bit too after I burned it up. And this belt is the original belt. So we've had it on there a year and been beating on this thing. You can see all the dust that's off that. So now we'll proceed. So the master link was missing the clip.
Yep.
Cool.
Surprised it stayed on. That's good chain.
It's quality. It's quality chain is why it stayed on there. Jeepers, mister.
feels nice to be really strong.
Oh yeah. So the bike is now pretty much stripped down. We're going to clean the mud off back here. It'd be nice when we strip this thing down to paint some stuff. We're going to put a grease element right here just to keep stuff from getting rusty.
Mm-hmm. This chain is so rusted that it didn't have the clip on it. Never broke the chain.
Yeah.
And I can't get this thing undone.
One thing we're going to have to do is pull the throttle cable off this bike, because this is going to have the 24mm flat slide Mikuni, which is the best carburetor Go Power Sport sells. Like, remember, Lonnie, when we first put the first one on your bike, and it was just, throttle feels just amazing.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's not stop and go like stock.
Yeah, it's
throttles.
so much smooth throttle. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, throttle feel from low RPM all the way up.
So Becca, Miss Redbeard, needs to put oil. You also need to put a Mikuni adapter. Now, for some reason, I actually use it on a different vehicle, but I've lost my Mikuni adapter for a 24. A 24 just takes this tube. So what I'm going to do is take this on the bandsaw and cut this. This would bolt to a VM22. So I'm going to cut this off so it gives us a straight piece. And then we can put that adapter on, just like that. And we can get the carb installed, get some oil in it. We're going to be putting some Napa 1030 synthetic, full synthetic, only the best.
Only the best. Unless we gotta use less than the best, then we'll use that.
Yeah, it just depends on what's appropriate. So the 225 is on the chassis. So Becca's going to get the bolts thrown down in the bottom, and I'll start working on the carb. Lonnie, you can hold a wrench for her, and we'll get this puppy knocked out.
Oh, it's got to go through.
Last piece to the MB200 puzzle is make sure you put all the spacers on the crankshaft on the new engine, because it has one thick and two really thin ones. It needs one of them to line it up. And the Juggernaut comes with its own key. It doesn't have a built-in key. So now this is going to be the hard part. What we're going to do is we basically have to put this whole torque converter setup on together. So we're going to hook the belt in there like that. And this is just because this is a jack shaft setup and how the Juggernaut pulley is. There we go. You can kind of slide them both on. There we go. And that is it, folks. Put that rear nut back on. Their front grade 8 bolt. Make sure on a 30 series CVT that you have the flat side of the belt facing in towards the engine, or you'll basically get bind up. Basically, when you try to roll it, it's going to lock up the rear tire. Okay. The back is pretty dang mean. 225 ain't no joke.
you what, this Juggernaut pulley and this 225 is sick. This Juggernaut ain't no joke.
That thing ain't no joke. This bike is pretty sick. Now next Monday you're going to see us get the street legal mini bike performing like she should have with a Juggernaut pulley as well. I'm telling you, we've already did the video on it. It is crazy how much that pulley helps out. And this 225, I mean, there's some people out there that just don't want to put the time and the effort into building the engine. This is by far the best way to go. It's just, it makes a ton of power, and it's better than any block you're going to buy off the shelf. You know, if you go buy a Harbor Freight, it ain't going to have all this extra casting and webbing that's going to strengthen up the block. So this is a little bit much for Becca, but she's been riding it. She likes it a lot. Of course, you know, if she ever was a panic throttle, it'd be death. But man, it's a sick engine and torque converter combo. Sorry for the bald head, but make sure you go check out the links in the video's description. This, I'm telling you, this engine setup and torque converter, a torque converter has blown our minds. That CVT pulley, I know people hate when I call it a torque converter, but it is no joke. It is crazy. If you don't have a governor and you have a build engine or a stock engine with no governor, that pulley is the only way to go, because you're going to get a massive top end gain. We're also going to be taking the CR80, putting a Juggernaut pulley, and Lonnie's old mini bike, because this mini bike's always been crazy mean up to like 40 mile an hour, and then the CVT would hold it back. So now we'll be able to upgrade it, clean the carbon stuff, because these have been stored for winter and they need some good TLC. But stay tuned, guys. We're going to bring Mini Bike Monday. She's back, boys. And hope you liked today's video. The bike rips. We're going to get a good video of us all riding very soon. It's just a lot of people don't really care about the rides that much, so we haven't put one out in a while. But we'll be going to Windrock and showing off our bald heads in the sunlight, guys. Check out the links below. Thank you so much for watching. We love you, and God bless.